Saturday to you. As the title says, I'm going to share my beginner mistakes with you so you don't have to deal with what I dealt with the first time I started smoking the pipe. And it's mainly going to be about the tobacco end of it. So with that said, got old Dracula going. And let me dump this in here. I was just preparing up some, sorry for the noise, Warhorse Bard. Made of dark fire Kentucky, dark air cured, and matured red Virginia. Yeah, we're doing red today. Red, red, red. Well, crimson, whatever. But, and I don't know, they say bar, but I'm not a bar aficionado. I mean, it is, but there was a small piece in there is why. That was ready for me to crumble up. And I just went ahead and rubbed that out. But let me see if I can tell my story. And keep this bad boy lit at the same time. So, when I started smoking pipe, or when I really decided to start smoking pipe, I went online. Online was already a thing. It was a little over 10 years ago. I don't know, could have been 11, 12. I honestly don't remember. We'll just say over 10. And I didn't know anything about pipes. I didn't know anybody who smoked a pipe, let alone pipe tobacco. So, I don't know. I got a couple pipes online. They're not in here. If I really stared at them, I could remember them. I think one of them was this, which I've next to never used, so much for that, huh? Not that there's anything wrong with cobs. I'm just not a cob guy. Now, if I could get some cool custom cobs for a decent price, I'd be all over it. But that's a whole different story. The story is, way back in 1902, when I decided and started becoming fascinated with the pipe, in 1902, I was looking online. I just, found some pipes that looked cool, or kind of cool. The nostalgia, I think, is why the cob happened to be one of them. And I think that's important. You see whomever or whatever influenced you to go to the pipe, and you go off of that to start for picking out your first pipe and stuff. I mean, first pipe, I'm sure there's a million videos with a million people requesting this, that, and the other. But my major point of this is where I fell short, and it really hurt me to want to get into the pipe, was the tobacco. The pipe part's easy. Get what you think looks cool. That's a great way to start. Get what you think will look cool in front of your mug. Kind of like I look cool right now. I know. It's rough being as cool as I am. I hope you know I'm kidding. I know some people that vain. to the subject at hand. I'm a big vanilla guy. I love vanilla coffee in my coffee. I love the smell of vanilla. I love the taste of vanilla. And so on and so forth. So what did I do? I ran out and bought a bunch of vanilla tobacco. I think I ordered some Boswells, I ordered this, that, the other, all these vanillas and berries and all the stuff that just sounded great, you know, by the name. And that, for me, that was a mistake. Because as I'm smoking them, I mean, they were okay. But they weren't what I was looking for when I thought of a pipe. And I really didn't know any better. Know that there was such a vast array of tobacco right in front of me. You know, you don't know, so you always go for what you think looks and sounds good. And that's what I did. And it just wasn't satisfying like I expected it to be. I mean, yeah, it was cool. Man, yeah, I got a pipe, you know. That's fantastic. But the taste just wasn't there for me until recently, and we'll get there. So after a couple of years of puffing on stuff here and there, all this aromatics, and there's nothing wrong with aromatics. It's all about your taste and your taste, your palate, your taste buds, what appeals to you personally. For me, it wasn't that appealing. And then somebody came along and knew I was smoking pipe, a supervisor at my old work, and they offered, oh, you smoke cigars too? I said, oh, no, I've smoked a couple in my life, but, you know, I've never considered it. He came around with a Casa Terreno Exodus, maybe. I would have to look. I know the label. I don't remember. I know it's a Casa Terreno. And it was a stronger Maduro cigar. Well, I took that home with me. Really? That's not cool. Get out the faithful Nissim. So I got out, took that cigar home with me, went out in the driveway. If I'm not mistaken, he cut it for me. And I went out there and I lit it. And I start puffing on. You know, at first I didn't have any idea how it meant to properly light a cigar, and sometimes that doesn't matter for some people. And yeah, at first I was like, ooh, my mouth tastes like an ashtray. Then I got puffing and got a little bit of that cigar puffed down past where I lit it. And oh, it was a dark Maduro, it was rich, it was smooth, and I said, that's for me. So I went to the local B&M and I got a couple, told them what I got. I got a couple things. I got this one cigar because they recommended it. I think it was a Foundry. And it was not a Maduro, because they thought, oh, you're just starting out, you don't start with them strong cigars, blah, blah, blah. And they gave me one or two strong ones, and then they gave me that Foundry, I believe. Well, when people say grass notes in the pipe, no. Not like this cigar had. This cigar tasted like you were chewing on grass. And, I was a dumb kid and I ate grass. Yeah, whatever. I hear you. So, moving forward, I got hung up on strong Maduro cigars. They just provided that rich, full flavor that appealed to me. And until recently, my good buddy Uncle Willie, he same pretty, very similar likes in cigars. He likes them strong, he likes them Maduros. I can smoke other ones and think they're okay, but there's nothing quite like that strong Maduro cigar for me. So back to the pipe now. Now I'm just hitting the pipe once in a while. And I know that sounds horrible, hitting the pipe. No, not some funky pipe. The tobacco pipe. That's all that matters. There is no other kind of pipe. For me. Anyhow, so my point being, as this video stretches on way too long, but I think it's an important point for some people. I wish somebody would have told me, like Willie did recently, in the last couple months, is that, the aromatic may be for you. It might have been for me, but it was not. It was cool. I was smoking a pipe. That's all it was for me. I didn't get that flavor I was looking for, like you find in a Maduro cigar. And then so now I'm searching. I kept smoking pipe off and on. But my mistake was I was searching for a cigar in the pipe. And that's where I was making my mistake. One of my mistakes. So I think it's very important, and the main point of the video is going to be just this. When you start smoking that pipe, or you're thinking about smoking that pipe, and I know a lot of the guys I talk to on here, you already know all this. And you probably knew this when you started smoking, but you really look online, call, if you don't have like a local tobacconist or anything like that, or some sort of B&M cigar place that'll have a handful of tobaccos, call one of these, mom and pop shops, or maybe even one of the big ones. There's gonna be somebody there that's gonna talk to you and help you out. But for me, for me, I didn't do that. And that's why it took me over 10 years to find tobaccos I like. Tobaccos for me, I was afraid because all these ones said fire cured. I tried a KFC cigar and it was nasty, but it tasted just like fire cured pipe tobacco smells. So I always shied away from it, and then Willie got me going and said, try it. So, you trust your friends and stuff. So I tried it. Boom. Now I smell that smell. It's real pungent to me, and I like it. So it's a totally different story. So go out there, talk to somebody, watch a gazillion videos. Don't look at the names as much as you look at what's in it. Get a couple different aromatics. Get a couple dark fires. Get a couple vapors. Get a couple pure, like a pure Virginia, pure burley. I mean, it may be nasty, but you'll end up cellaring it anyways, so it doesn't matter. Or you'll give it to somebody you'll end up meeting that likes it, and because you don't want anything to do with it. But get a handful. Maybe talk to somebody. You'll start making friends, like in a community like YTPC. And you'll probably get a few people that'll gladly send you a couple samples of stuff. Try those. Try all the different stuff. Some of it's going to be nasty. And then guess what? I mean, the first thing you smoke might be it. That might be all it took for you, but it wasn't for me. So try all those tobaccos. You will fall in love with something. If you have that desire and that yearning to smoke, and just have the nostalgia. And camaraderie of smoking a pipe. So that's about all Sasquatch Piper has to tell you about that, but you get my point. Try different kinds of tobaccos, not just different names. Don't go off of the names. Go off of the types. Aromatic, English, vapor, Virginia, burley, fire cured, Kentucky, try all that different good stuff. You will find something you like and that appeals to your palate. Again, Sasquatch Piper, thanks for watching. I hope everybody's having a fantastic weekend, and I am truly sorry this was such a long video.